Do I have time for another CMA story?
Please.
So, you guys, I only had 4 lines to come out on the stage.
Yes.
And Reba says, we're not really like our characters on Big Sky. And then at the end, she says, but we don't slice people's throats, and we're not mean, and blah, blah, blah. And then my line is, and I'm not bald. That, and then I'm supposed to introduce the song of the year. Back up, the first series ever on Paramount Television was a series called Waco. I played Dick DeGuerin, who was David Koresh's attorney. And he was the first and only one that went into that compound to talk to them that was a civilian that was outside of before all the tragedy happened in there. And so I played Dick DeGuerin, and I had met him. And so there's a big scene in Waco in this tent where I come in and I meet these FBI agents. One of the FBI agents was Michael Shannon, one of the great actors that we have.
He's now playing
George and Tammy,
right?
Which is a phenomenal series. In that scene, his character was not my adversary. We were negotiating. The FBI didn't want Dick DeGuerin to go in and talk to him, but he said, "I'm going in. I'm his attorney." So I'm negotiating how I'm going to go in. They made me do that. They made Dick DeGuerin walk 200 yards to the compound. So they had snipers out there, and they had to organize this whole thing. And we had great actors in that room. Shea Winning, John Leguizamo, we had Glenn Fleshler, a lot of great actors. I had 9 actors in there. I had most of the dialogue with Shannon. But during rehearsals, Michael Shannon was standing over in the corner of the tent, and he was just staring at me. I'm talking about like he might have been a serial killer or something. And during rehearsals, I was thinking, well, I wonder why first of all, he's not right here with us, and why is he over there, and why is he staring at me? This went on for 10 or 15 minutes. It was a stare. I don't know if he was preparing or whatever.
I wouldn't want to be on the business end of a Michael Shannon stare. He's been on this show in that chair too.
Oh, he has?
Yeah, and I just want to, he's a brilliant actor.
He
and
is.
Sometimes you can't tell if,
You can't tell hardly
what the preparation's
anything
going
about
on
it.
here. Yeah.
So
right.
I worked with him for 4 days, and he just stared at me. Fast forward to the CMAs. I'm nervous. Reba comes over. She goes, "You doing okay?" I go, "Yeah, I'm ready. I got 4 lines here. We're at Bridgestone Arena. It's sold out. The second they said Reba McEntire and Rex Linn, I got so nervous, and we had to walk down this long thing where the microphone's at the end of this long runway.
Yeah.
And Reba starts off. She goes, on Big Sky, she starts talking, and I'm faking that, I'm the boyfriend of Reba McEntire, just smiling and everything. And I look over, Michael Shannon is right there, and he's looking at me the same way he did on Waco. And that said, he's looking, he's not talking to anybody at his table. He doesn't have a date there or anything, I don't think. He's glaring at me. He's right here. He's 10 feet from me. And I just happened to go, I was listening to Reba, and I went, and I looked, and he's staring at me, and I panicked, you guys. And I forgot my line to say, yeah, and I'm not bald. So I just looked straight ahead, and Reba says, "You can watch it." So Reba goes, and she finishes her last line, and I'm going, and then I go, "Yeah, and I'm not bald." It didn't even come out right. I was just thinking, Shannon got to me again.
Yeah.
He got to me again.
There you go. Wow. Shannon, that's right, Shannon. Oh, yeah. My gosh.
Wow.
Fantastic.
I did actually, at the end of that show, the day we wrapped,
the Big Sky or the
no,
CMAs?
on Waco.
Okay, on Waco.
Panda was a girl. That's her nickname. She was a base camp girl, and I said, "Hey, I want to try to get a picture with Michael Shannon before I leave." And she goes,
"No chance."
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen. and I said, "Why not?" She goes, "Well, he's been on the show, for quite a while, and there's not really we're not taking pictures." And I said, "Where is he?" She said, "Well, he's on his way back from the set." And I said, "Tell me when he gets here." And she goes, "Okay." So she knocked on my door. She goes, "Michael's here." I gave her my phone. I said, "Follow me." I walk around. He had one of those big star trailers, I walk around. and he had forgotten to give his microphone backpack thing, so he was undoing it on his steps. And I said, "Hey, Michael," and he turned around and looked at me, and I said, "It's been great working with you," and he's looking at me like, "What could you possibly want? Because you're wrapped." And I, that's the way he looked at me. And I said, "I have a wall of shame in my house with pictures, and I think that you and I belong on the wall of shame. So is there any way we could get a quick picture?" And he thought about it for about 5 seconds. He goes, "Yeah, I guess I belong on that wall. I don't know, man." So we took this picture. I wish I had it with me.
That's all right.
Literally, the picture is me smiling big and him looking like it's the last place he ever wanted to be.
Well, you and Michael Shannon, you should do a show together. It'll be great. CSI Shannon.
Did you talk to him at CMAs? Did you go up to him at the...
No.
Hell no.
No.
Absolutely not. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.